In the quiet, upscale neighborhood of Lahore, far from the city's chaos, stood a luxurious mansion-like house where Aisha lived. From the outside, her life looked like a dream. White marble floors, huge rooms, French-style curtains, and a garden with colorful fountains that lit up at night. Aisha woke up every morning to servants bringing her tea, went to the gym, shopped, and attended parties in the evening. But it was all a mask. Inside, she felt empty, a deep void created by the absence of real love. Aisha had been married to Haris her 5 years. Whenever she remembered her wedding day, a sharp pain pierced her heart. Flashback, she saw herself as a beautiful bride in a red lehenga, hands covered in henna, a smile on her face. But that smile was fake. Her parents had arranged the marriage for social status. Haris was a successful businessman, CEO of a large IT company. He was wealthy, caring, and above all, he truly loved Aisha. Every morning he gave her a bouquet of roses. Every night he told her stories. But Aisha's heart was somewhere else. She would think, is life only about money and respect? Doesn't love matter at all? Am I going to be trapped in this fake life forever? Haris's love felt like a burden to Aisha. He was a good husband, but there was no passion in his love, the kind of passion Aisha craved. Haris spent his days at the office, came home tired, and asked, "How was your day?" Aisha would reply, "It was good," but inside a storm raged. She felt lonely, as if her soul was wandering. One day, when Haris left for work, Aisha stood in front of the mirror and spoke to herself. "You're not happy, Aisha. You're not even alive. You're just a living corpse." Tears rolled down her cheeks. Then came the day that changed everything. At a high society party in a grand hotel, Aisha met Riaz. He was a fashion photographer who saw life as art. His eyes were deep, his hair long, and his smile captivating. He approached her and said, "Why are you sitting alone in the corner? There's sadness in your eyes that doesn't match the glamour of this party." Aisha looked up. For the first time, someone had noticed her hidden pain, something Haris had never seen. "I'd just like that," she replied softly. Riaz sat beside her. They started talking. He told her about his travels, the photos he took, and how he lived life fully. "Life is an art, Aisha. Live it. Don't just endure it." His words touched her soul. She thought, "This man understands me. This is the voice of my soul." The party ended, but their connection began. They exchanged numbers and soon the calls started. In their first call, Riaz said, "There's magic in your voice." Aisha laughed, a genuine laugh after years. Soon meetings began. Their first meeting was at a quiet cafe. Aisha lied to Haris, "I'm meeting a friend." Sitting with Riaz, she talked for hours. He shared stories of his journeys, and Aisha listened, mesmerized. "You're a new world to me," Riaz said. Aisha's heart raced. This was love, real love, but it was secret. Every time she returned home, guilt consumed her. "Haris, forgive me, but I don't love you." Yet she said nothing. One day, Riaz suggested, "Let's go away for a day." Aisha agreed. They went to a resort outside the city. By the beach, waves crashing, hands in hands. "This is the most beautiful moment of my life," Aisha whispered. Riaz hugged her tightly. They spent the night there. When she returned home the next morning, Haris asked, "Where were you?" Aisha lied, "With Mom." Haris believed her, but a spark of doubt appeared in his eyes. This double life continued. Every week Aisha made excuses and went to Riaz. She was happy but terrified. What if Haris finds out? My honor, my home, everything will be destroyed. One night she cried in Riaz's arms. "Why am I doing this?" Riaz replied, "Because you love me." But Aisha's conscience was awake. She thought, "I'm a cheater." Haris began to suspect. He checked her phone, but Aisha was careful. One day he said, "You've changed. Is something wrong?" Aisha smiled and said, "Nothing." But inside she was shaking. She needed a plan. That's when she remembered Maryam, her identical twin sister. Maryam's life was completely different. She and Aisha were identical twins, but fate had separated them. In childhood, after their father died, their mother decided to send Aisha to wealthy relatives for a better education and life. Maryam stayed with her mother in poverty. "Why didn't you send me too, Mom?" young Maryam would ask. Her mother would reply, "It's destiny, my child." Maryam never complained. She went to school, but poverty forced her to drop out. Now she worked all day in other people's homes, cleaning, cooking. In the evening, she returned, gave medicine to her sick mother, ate a simple roti, and slept. Maryam's heart was pure. She thought, "My sister is happy, that's enough." But deep inside there was longing. One day Aisha's call came. Maryam was surprised. "Sister, everything okay?" Aisha explained her plan. "Come to my house for a week, wear my clothes and act like me. I'm going out for work. You'll get money, enough for Mom's treatment." Maryam asked, "Why?" Aisha lied smoothly. "It's just work." Maryam thought about her mother's worsening condition and the hospital bills. "Okay, I'll come." But her heart ached. "My sister is using me, just like Mom separated us in childhood." The next day, Maryam arrived at Aisha's house. Seeing the mansion, her eyes widened. "This is paradise." Aisha welcomed her, dressed her in expensive clothes, did her makeup. Now both looked exactly the same. Aisha gave instructions. "Talk to Haris like this, eat like this, stay in touch with me on the phone." Maryam nodded. Aisha left with Riaz, and Maryam was left alone in that huge house. The first day was torture. Maryam sat in the room crying. "This isn't my life. I'm poor. This luxury doesn't belong to me." Servants brought food. She ate, but it tasted like nothing. In the evening, Harris came home. "Aisha, how are you?" Maryam's heart pounded. She stood up and smiled. "I'm fine." Harris noticed her voice was slightly different, but thought she was tired. They sat and talked. Harris shared about his day. Maryam listened and replied carefully. "You're quiet today," Harris said. Maryam replied, "I have a headache." That night she lay in bed thinking, "Harris is a good man. My sister is cheating on him." Days passed. Maryam started getting used to it. She woke up, went to the gym, talked to the servants, but fear was always there. One day Harris said, "Let's go out for dinner." Maryam panicked. "No, let's eat at home." Harris was surprised. "You always loved going out." Maryam made an excuse. At night she called Aisha. "Everything okay?" Aisha asked. Maryam said, "Yes," but inside she was screaming, "This is wrong." One day, Maryam opened Aisha's wardrobe and found her diary. She read it. The pages were filled with Aisha's feelings. "I don't hate Harris, but I don't love him either. Riaz is my life." Maryam cried, "My sister, what have you become?" Meanwhile, Aisha was happy with Riaz, but Maryam's life had become hell. One night, Harris tried to hug Maryam. She screamed, "No!" Tears poured down her face. Harris was shocked. "What happened?" Maryam broke down completely. "I'm not Aisha. I'm Maryam, her identical twin sister." Harris's face turned pale. "What kind of joke is this?" Maryam, sobbing, told him everything. Aisha's affair, the lies, how she used her poor twin. Harris's heart shattered. He started crying. "I gave her so much love, and she—" Maryam comforted him. "It's not your fault. You're a good man." Haris's heart was broken. He sat in the room crying. "Why, Aisha? What did I ever do to you?" Maryam sat beside him, consoling him. "You're not alone." Haris asked, "Why did you come here?" Maryam told him her story of poverty. Haris said, "You told me the truth. Thank you." He stood up, tracked Aisha's phone. It showed she was at Riaz's apartment. "Let's go there." Maryam said, "I'll come too." They reached the apartment. Haris knocked. Aisha opened the door and saw Haris and Maryam. Her face turned white. "This... what?" Riaz came from inside. Haris shouted, "You cheated on me? You used your own sister?" Aisha fell to her knees, crying, "Please forgive me. I never loved you. The marriage was forced." Haris's anger exploded. "Forced? I made you a queen, and you—" Riaz tried to interfere. "This is love." Haris glared at him. "You're a cheater too." Aisha begged, "Please let me go." Haris said coldly, "Take the divorce." They left. That night, Haris cried endlessly. Maryam stayed by his side. Slowly, Haris started feeling drawn toward Maryam. Her sacrifice touched him deeply. Meanwhile, Aisha stayed with Riaz, but soon he abandoned her. "You're used goods now." Aisha was left alone. She cried, regretting everything. "I destroyed everything." After the divorce, Aisha's life fell apart. She moved to a small flat and started looking for a job, but the pain in her heart never stopped. She thought, "I used Maryam, betrayed Haris." One day she met Maryam. "Forgive me, sister." Maryam hugged her. "Allah will forgive you." Maryam stayed in Haris's house. Haris gave her a job, paid for her education. Slowly, love blossomed between them. One day, Haris proposed. "Maryam, will you be my wife?" Maryam cried with joy. "Yes!" They got married and lived happily. Aisha learned her lesson and started a new life.